it's basically on short par fours. A lot of the time, everybody gets all horned up, and I shouldn't say short par fours, but even like 360-yard par four, 350, somewhere in there, where you can get up to 50 yards from the green if you hit it right on the screws and everything goes right. A lot of the times, in all honesty, it's not worth it to get it to that 50 yards, because once you get to that 50 yards, it's a much harder shot than, say, your comfortable stock wedge from like 90 yards that you're very comfortable with, and you'd only have to hit it 260 off the tee to get to there. But everybody just wants to get as close to the green as they can, and they don't worry about the angle of the flag. They don't worry about basically playing to their favorite wedge yardage. All that they think about is just, I want to hammer my driver down the tee, and I want to be 60 yards from the green on this hole. And it happens all the time. I'm picturing myself on number 8 at Gilbert every round, and it just makes no sense to get tight to that green, because then you have no shots. But I still do it every time. So the tip is just know your favorite wedge yardage and hit your tee shot accordingly to that. Like, there's no sense hitting a driver to that 60 yard and then leaving an awkward pitch shot into the green. Play to your favorite yardage, and it's actually an easier shot off the tee, probably less trouble at that yardage, and you set yourself up for a better angle and probably have better results.
Why'd you say that was a shitty tip? That's a really good tip. And part of that is, like, would you recommend for guys, say it is a shorter par 4, because you mentioned to see where the pin placement is.
Right.
Like, would you recommend actually using your scope to see where it is on the green and then kind of like playing to that spot, like one side or the other? Obviously not one specific part of the fairway, but like left or right.
Yeah. So say the pin's on the right. Well, just for an example, like let's say 13 at Gilbert. So it is a drivable par 4, but a lot of the times you blast your driver up there and try to get as close as you can. So if the pin's on the right side right over the bunker, and you hit it 40 yards short of the green or 30 yards short of the green, and you got to hit a short little pitch shot over the bunker, like there's a small fraction of people at the course in men's night or just playing in general that have that 40-yard flop shot over the bunker to stick it there, right? But you think, oh, I got up close to that green. Look at that sick tee shot I just hit. Meanwhile, if you hit your hybrid to 70 yards out on the left side of the fairway, you got a way better angle to that pin, and you probably have better results, right?
Better success rate.
It's such a different way to look at course management, because you always just want to. And I'm so guilty of that. Like, anytime there's like a drivable par 4, I'm like, oh, I got the chief, man. I'm hitting the big dog, no doubt. But it's like, why am I doing this? You know?
Rigo, probably part of that too is like knowing how far you hit a driver. Like, that would be a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because I personally do not know how far I hit a drive.
Me either. I couldn't tell you.
And it varies so much, right?
Yeah,
like how far it goes on holes.
Yeah, I can also hit it 200 yards, or I can hit it 280. Like, it's a luck of the draw sometimes.
But I'm saying on that hole, like, it's like 310. So like, if you hit your 4-iron, say, I don't know, 210, 220, like, you can put it to 90 yards, and then you have a wedge in. You love on every other hole in the course.
Yeah, exactly.
But for some reason there you hit driver, and then you get yourself up tight, and then you can't stop it, and then
every time it's the same thing. It's like, why the fuck did I hit driver?
Yeah, but you do it every time because you're like, well, I'm going to hit driver here, man. I'm going to pound it and hit my driver good today.
Oh, I just birdied the last hole. Here we go.
Yeah, look at me go, and then you blast the driver into the bush, and you're toast. But yeah, so that's the tip.
Yeah, no, that's a good one, buddy.
Nothing major, but it could save you some strokes for sure.
Boom.
And at the end of the day, that's the whole point of the stroke saver.